Today, Jesus continues with a parable, and this parable is about the weeds and the wheat. And he explains the parable at the end of the gospel, but if we look at the parable itself, we see that there are weeds that are planted alongside the wheat. They're growing at the same time, and Jesus says, well, you can't pull out the weeds that are along the same side as the wheat, or they would both get pulled out. And there's an interesting meditation you can have, because the wheat is supposed to be the good crop, and the weeds are alongside it. And it's saying that even in the midst of, trying to grow, sometimes there are weeds that are trying to choke us out too. And if you think about it, there's times when, the good seed in our own life sometimes gets choked out by the cares of the world. The cares are things that the devil tries to tempt us away from growing into who we're supposed to be. And the Lord continues to say, no, turn back. Reject the weeds. Reject those things that distract, that are actually going to quench your growth. They're going to stifle your growth. And instead, turn to the Lord. I think our meditation this week can be very powerfully on, where am I allowing the weeds to grow? The Lord has planted a good seed in us by our baptism, and as we grow day by day in our relationship with Him, but we always know that sometimes we get tempted to focus on the wrong things. Whether that's the worldly cares, and Jesus even says in other places, the world, the flesh, and the devil, right? The desires of the flesh that we seek are those lower level pleasures sometimes, or the devil who tempts us away from the kingdom of God. Important thing is to ask the Lord to help us to come back, to reject the work of darkness, and to know that the Lord is having us grow among weeds and wheat, right? That the good is also growing amidst the difficulty. We can't say that our life is going to always be easy, or being a Christian is going to be without struggles. Because Jesus is saying in this analogy that there's going to be bad growing among the good. There's always going to be difficulty. We can't just isolate and be like, oh, I'm just going to go over here and never be tempted. There's always going to be those temptations. But Jesus says in another place in the gospel, He says, take courage that I have overcome the world. Take courage. The Lord can help you grow even in the midst of any adversity. Let's turn to Him today and say, Lord, help me to go beyond the places where I choose the bad. Help me to choose You, even amidst the struggles and temptations. Help me to be faithful and to persevere to the end. May the Lord bless you this day.